Hello, 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 hello. Happy Wednesday, happy Thursday, happy Friday, happy whatever today is. And we want to talk about tonight how to keep more of the money that you make. So allow me to introduce myself. I am the Nicole Johnson of Girl Your Money Matters, affectionately known as the gym, where we have all sorts of exercises to help you get financially fit. Last week we had a huge announcement. And forgive us, we may be having a little freezing going on, but when you got great news and great information technology don't always want to cooperate. So make sure you say hello in the comments if you're joining us. So let's get this buffering going on. Okay, I see we got some buffering, but looks like we're okay. So tonight I wanted to talk to you about now. It is open enrollment season. And during open enrollment, I really try to talk to people about utilizing the flexible spending accounts that's offered by their company, as well as making sure that they are on the right plan for their family. For example, I am currently taking a medication that on average costs me about 400 bucks a month after insurance, after hey Nicole, after the insurance and all of this and the that kicks in, my portion is a $400 out of pocket expense. And Jesus, I'm praying for the first of the year because when I change to from a basic option to a standard option, it goes up a little bit in cost, but that same $400 will now cover almost the whole year supply because a 90-day supply is only going to cost me about 125. Big difference, huh? So, what I want you to do is if you have a list of your medications, which you can get from your pharmacist, the pharmacy website, you can download a list of your medications and then call the plan that you currently have and say, hey, do you have another plan that will offer me a better price? Okay. Do you have another plan that would offer me a better price? Hey, Tanisha, you guys be sure to say hello from wherever you're joining us across LinkedIn, Cityscape, Brownstone Living Worldwide, YouTube, wherever you're joining us from. Okay. So make sure you compare programs, whether it's Blue Cross or MetLife, any of the other ones, if you already know different medications that you're taking on a regular basis, be sure to compare the cost in the company and then also ask them what would it cost for me to get this in a 90-day supply? Because when you usually get them in a 90-day supply, the copays tend to be a little bit less expensive. All right. However, we can always save more money pre-tax by maximizing on our 401k, thrift savings deductions, um, and especially if your company is offering a match amount. Do your best, do your absolute best. Hey, Miss Barbara, do your absolute best to put in the amount that they are matching. Put in the amount that they are matching because, in essence, that is free money for you. Let me tell you how. So, if you're investing 5% of your paycheck, your company is going to give you 5% matching. So, in essence, 10% is going into your thrift savings plan, and you only invested 5. That's a great return on your investment already because 5% of your money that's working for you was invested by someone else. Okay, it's invested by someone else. So ensure that you are making sure you're capitalizing on the match that they do. Now, you also have the option. It would not be pre-tax, but you can also start building yourself a Roth IRA. But I want you to maximize on the pre-tax options. Okay. The flexible spending account. Research, read. Nikki said one more for the ones in the back. Read online what is covered by flexible spending accounts. Because I was talking to a coworker and he's like, my wife is against it. I said, well, tell her she can get massages on a regular basis and ask the facility for uh, a flexible spending account receipt, and you can claim those in as an expense for the flexible spending account. And when he went home and was having that discussion with her, she was like, no, I don't want to lose money and this and this and this. And then he said massages. She was like, you should have started with that. I said, but that's what I told you first. When you said your wife was against it, I knew what to say to get on board. So they will be enrolling for the first time into the flexible spending account, and that's going to save them on the pre-tax dollars, which in turn reduces their taxable income to the IRNS. And anything that we can do to reduce our taxable income is always a blessing. It's always a blessing. Okay. So last week, if you were here, you got to hear the great announcement. Um, we have finally, I have finally. Hey, Sherry. Yes, Sherry, you with us, you found us. Congratulations and welcome, sweetie. Um, Last week, I announced I had been working on Rebellious Riches, my very first own book, my very first book. I've been in several anthologies, but this is my actual first book. And it has been a labor of love because it touches on a lot of points that brought me into business, that helped form my financial background, helped form my financial present, and and is a foundation for someone else's changed financial future. So as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, as one who motivates women when it comes to their money, this was long overdue, but it was finally the right time. So I got a chance to release that book last week. And for those of you who, in case you have missed it, I am typing right now where you can go and get your own copy right there, that you see coming up in the chat. So I also want to talk to you about, um, listen, one of the hardest things that we have to deal with this time of year is, how do I buy for Christmas? How do I buy for the holidays? How do I buy for loved ones that I want to give a gift to because it's the holiday season? And everyone has their own perspective about how they handle the holiday season. But I wanted to put a spin, and for the last several years, I've been working to put a spin on it, especially for women when dealing with the holiday season. And this year, again, I have gone full fledged ahead and worked on a mystery shop your way to more income boot camp. Okay, so the ladies that are in the comments now, and I can probably say that everybody over there is already in the boot camp. And the purpose of the boot camp was to give a different perspective. So in January, like, we're gonna go through, people are gonna be spending, they're gonna be buying, they're gonna put stuff on layaway, they're gonna max out their credit cards, all of the things. But these ladies, come January, are positioned right now to be counting deposits and not bills. Y'all put that in the chat for me. Let them know we talk about counting deposits and not bills. And that is a totally different perspective when it comes to um, the norm, because generally people are spending. Well, these ladies are in a boot camp, and what they're learning is how to mystery shop their way to more income, not necessarily picking up a part time job, right? They're learning how to plan their own schedule, right? They're counting deposits and not bills, and they're planning their own schedule, right? They're bringing more income into their household during the holiday season. See, we talked about goals. What are your financial goals? What are your core values that align with your financial goals? And if those goals and values don't align, then we need to redefine them. We need to redefine them. Okay. And so we're getting to the point where, as today is Money Monday, right? Now they've been in boot camp just this past Saturday, would have made, well, actually Monday, this past Monday, today makes a week. They're in boot camp. Okay. And so they had a kickoff, aka hostage session, kickoff, aka hostage session, and all of the ladies, all the names that you see on this screen right now, outside of Brownstone and Paulette and D. Nicole Johnson, those are hostage takers. Let me just go ahead and say that now. They're hostage takers, and they're actually very proud of being hostage takers. Okay, they're very proud of being hostage takers. But what was supposed to be a 2 hour session with them turned into 3.5 hours of nothing but pure knowledge. Nothing but pure knowledge, hands on activities, registrations. See, they had all these smiley faces and emojis. They know they held me hostage. I was trying to leave, but they would not let me go. They wouldn't let me go. They wouldn't let me go. Um, so what turned into it actually turned into a full-fledged session of foundation, so that now they are positioned to start making money during the holidays instead of creating debt. They're going to be making money during the holidays instead of swiping cards and wondering later on how I'm going to pay for it, right? So they have defined their goals. Okay. Yes. And see, this child and said a retreat. It wasn't no retreat, ma'am. Wasn't no candles. There was no fruit and cheese, and there were no massages. None of that. That's what a retreat is. We have to redefine what our core values are, and the definition of a retreat like that is not a core value of mine. No, ma'am. But it was enlightening. We start well, you had some, right? The hostage takers had some. Me, I did not. I was the hostage. Of course the hostage takers had some. The hostage did not. Tanisha, don't do that. Don't do that. But the first thing that we talked about was a shift in their money mindset. And I absolutely love the aha moments that they were having. I am a big proponent, when you come into a webinar, turn your camera on. Let's talk. Let me see you. Because if you're anything like me, when I was a child, my face spoke even when my mouth didn't move. I could see when people had questions. I could see when people had aha moments. I could see when there was confusion and frustration. I could see the agreement based on what it is they've experienced, even without them saying anything. I could see it. And so that's why I'm big on making them, hey, turn the camera on. If I'm gonna be here on camera, we all gonna be here on camera. And it makes a difference. It makes a difference that the person who didn't speak could see that the people who did were speaking with sincerity. Because you can see it in somebody's face when they just BSing you versus they're really being uh, vulnerable. Women are doing so many things, so many hats they're wearing. But when they can actually admit in a safe space, in a very safe space, that this is where I'm messing up. This is where I don't know what to do. This is where I feel like I have failed and I don't know how to fix it. Okay. So it really takes a great environment, the right environment, for them to be able to lay that out. Okay. And so even as a victim there, as a victim, as a hostage, and as one who was held hostage, I still created that environment for them because I know what that is like. I know what it's like to need someone in a space where I'm afraid to say what's what and what's bothering me or what's hindering me or what's holding me back. I know what it is to have someone have that need to have someone step in and say, listen, this is fixable. This is not the end of the world. There are alternatives. And so they had that, but we also had that shift. Money is a tool to get you where you want to be. Money is a tool. So we have to one start talking about how to bring in extra income because you can only cut so much from the budget. You can only trim so much. You can only reduce so many expenses. At some point in time, you have to realize you got to start making more. How do we bring more money in? And one of the things I want you guys to put this in the chat before I say it. What is your most valuable commodity? What is your most valuable commodity? Because a lot of times people think that I got to go outside the home and get a part-time job, so that means I got to leave the office or leave where I was for 8 hours, 9 hours, travel time, and then I got to get in the car and go over here and do the same thing. And now I left my home when it was dark 30 this morning, and now it's dark 30 at night, and I've spent more time away from my home than what I really wanted to. And when it's all said and done, that part-time job has turned into a bill because you still have expenses that you have to cover to get to that part-time job. Whereas if you left work, went home like you normally do, sat in a chair in your home and worked from home, right? Or if you mystery shop, you could do that while you're out. You get to plan how much you make that afternoon. For example, I could be going on a shop that'll take me 5 minutes out of in one direction. It's along the route to go home. But I got to stop here for 10, 15, maybe 30 minutes and make $100. When you go to that part-time job, are you going to make $100 in 30 minutes? Probably not. You probably won't make $100 in an hour. But with Mystery Shop, you can do that. What if it took you an hour and a half to make 150? You gonna make that at that part-time job? Probably not. And now you spend that hour and a half, and now you head home, right? You do that tomorrow, the next day. Now you're up to 250 for the week in 2 days. Are you gonna make that in that part-time job? Be able to tell them what time you're coming in, or better yet, just show up when you want to. How about that part? Can you tell the part-time that I'll just show up when I want to, do this little bit of work, and then I'm going home? Can you? I don't know what company you can do that with, but I do know you can do that with mystery shopping. So I've been excited as to what they are learning, and how they are gaining their confidence. Oh my gosh, it's amazing for them to be going from I don't know what I'm doing. I have no idea if I can do this. But Nicole said, if I don't take care of myself, who will? She explained that my time is valuable. She talked about having just a little over 44,000 minutes in a 30-day period, but I do not take out 200 minutes, 160 minutes, 120 minutes, or 60 minutes on a consistent basis for myself. Yes, my time is my most valuable commodity, but because of what she said to me, I had to reevaluate where I was spending my time. I had to reevaluate where I was spending my time. And guess what I discovered? I wasn't spending enough time on myself. I was giving here, I'm giving to the job, I'm giving to the kids, I'm giving to the spouse, I'm giving to the church, I'm giving to X, Y, Z, but never me. Never me. Me is always last, and I'm getting the leftovers. And it's unfair. It is unfair. Okay, but Nicole, you know what? I got this debt that I need to pay down. I got this debt that I need to pay down, right? And so, how do I do that? Boom, let me give you a strategy. Boom, I got the strategy for you. And you don't have to wear yourself out doing it, right? So, today is Money Monday. So I'm looking at our group over here on the other screen. And so I asked them, what's on your agenda today? Oh, I got 5 shops this week scheduled out. I've got 3. I've got 2. Oh, I did one. I didn't even have to leave my house. They weren't doing this 2 weeks ago. They were not doing this 2 weeks ago. Now I got a few that said, hey, I haven't really gotten started. I ain't got started yet. I'm like, what your problem is then? What's your problem? So, because they haven't gotten started for whatever reason, it doesn't matter. And Nicole's now saying, I got 7. Okay, that's Nicole is my namesake. So that's my overachiever. I ain't mad at her. I ain't mad at her because she was like, Nicole, am I doing too much? I was like, doing too much for who? Boot them your shoulders. If you can handle it, you can handle it. That's how fast you want your money. I'm not mad at you at all. Somebody said, Nicole, I only did 2. I said, if that's what you can handle right now, fine, master it, and then we pick up speed. Somebody came in and said, listen, I think I did something wrong. When we talked it out, no, ma'am, progress over perfection. We're not going to stop. We're going to do some more. The more you do it, the better you get at it. But what's not going to stop is these deposits that's finna come. Okay? The deposits are not about to stop. They're about to keep rolling, rolling, rolling. And what that's doing is giving them some cushion as they start stacking and stacking and stacking. Right? So yesterday, not only are they learning how to mystery shop, they already got a bug in their ear. They ready and waiting. They ready to pull the trigger. 24-hour call center. I came in last night and said, hey, I got an opportunity. We need a few people over here on this 24-hour call center. They like, wait, what? Pick up a client, log in, let's get to it. Somebody missed. I took the post down after I got enough people. I took the post down. I said, hey, can y'all meet tomorrow? They was like, wait a minute, whosoever did this? Where was this? I said, see, it drop on a dime. You got to be ready. So you got to stay ready. So I'm teaching them how to stay ready so they don't have to get ready. Right? I'm teaching them how to stay ready so they don't have to get ready. But what they are now doing is opening their minds to so many opportunities that are right here and have been here for the longest time. It is hundreds, hundreds, and hundreds and hundreds of mystery shopping companies out here. The problem that a lot of people have is that there are some bad companies out here. There's some bad organizations that will you have you working and you won't get paid. Don't nobody like that feeling. Listen. I work for the SSNA. Okay, federal governments all across the nation. They got to Friday to get us a budget. They got to Friday to get us a budget. Okay. If the budget is not achieved by Monday morning, okay, the government won't have enough funding to pay the employees. But some of them are what they are called deemed essential or whatever they didn't call it this time. It used to be essential, non essential. Now it's something else. But one got to go to work and one said don't. Can you imagine how those people feel who got to go to work and they're telling them that they won't get paid? Or they're not getting paid during the time that they're working until the budget is resolved, until they get to a point of funding. That ain't no good feeling. That is not a good feeling. And they still got to go to work. Some of them are leaving the house to go into the office. That's not a good feeling. I've done it 3 times. I've been through it 3 times. So I understand that. Now people say, oh, y'all gonna get paid. That's irrelevant. That is not the point. How about this work wait till I get paid? How about this work wait until we get funded? How about that part? How about everybody just go home? So in the meantime, folks still got bills to pay. So I am very, very excited about the fact that not 5, 10, 15, not even 30, 40, or 50. This group came in strong. And I must say, I am impressed with their tenacity. I am impressed with their desire to accomplish their goals. I am impressed with the level of determination they exhibit. So let me confess, I was a willing participant in the hostage situation. I didn't start off that way, but I was, because as long as they were not going to give up on themselves, I was not going to let them down. I was not going to let them down. So I am excited for them to start saying, hey, this is how much I made. Right. So if you're starting to tell me that you got 5 shops on the board, you got 7 shops on the board, you got 3 shops on the board, that's income that you would not have had you not enrolled in this boot camp. And for that, I am proud, because mystery shopping is not new. What's new is somebody teaching them the strategy how to make it profitable. That's your girl right here. Okay. I'm going to toot my own horn, right? So in order to make sure that women, now let me say this, fellas, I got no problem showing you either how to mystery shop your way to more income, because mystery shopping isn't always about spending money. We're going to talk about that next. What really is mystery shopping? Okay. But when I can help a fellow sister walk away from a situation that she never thought she'd get out of, whether that be some kind of emotional issue, physical issue, financial issue, if she never thought that she'd be able to pay off that truck or car, or she'd never get out of debt, right? She's using these credit cards to live on because it's not enough income. So not only is she bringing more income into the household, she's now paying off debt that she only saw climbing higher. That sense of relief, that sense of empowerment is wonderful. And it's something that women that look like me don't always get, especially not from another woman who looks like me. Right? Am I telling the truth, y'all? Am I telling the truth? It's so many times that they will say, people, that whoever they are, that Black women can't work together. Over here in this community, they sure enough shutting that down. They are shutting that lie down, right? So mystery shopping, what exactly is mystery shopping? It is what I call undercover boss on steroids. They are having experiences and meeting with the staff, trying to figure out, is the staff offering. So every company has a standard standard operating procedures, right? So especially when you are selling something. Walmart, any retail store, they have a plan. I forget what they're called, but every month, this is what we're selling, or this is what go on the end caps. This is what goes here. This is what's in the sales ad, right? If it's a holiday season, here's how we're going to market that. What they don't know is that every employee across the nation and every store that we have following those instructions, right? Are they following those instructions? Every restaurant, okay? Every restaurant, How is the customer service? What's the customer service experience like? Okay. So everybody needs a way to see if their customers are being treated at the level of respect that they set on high in the boardroom. That expectation that's set way up there. This is the experience that we want our customers to have. But how do we know that they're actually having it? They need eyes and ears everywhere they go. So we have quite a few people who are focusing on our apartment shops. Is that community offering the special of the month? Are they answering the phone the way that they're supposed to? Are they following the script? Years ago, my son was an infant. He's 24 now. But right after I had him, I went to work for Jackson Hewitt. And that lady had us saying, thanks for calling Jackson Hewitt. How fast do you want your money? And the way the people would respond would tell us which person we would direct their call to, because some of them were doing manual taxes and back taxes, which meant that that was going to be a paper filing. So they went to this person. Or you know what? I want the super fast. Okay, then they went to this person. I'm not really sure. Okay, well, you need to go to somebody who can filter those questions. I'm just here to answer the phone. So but the question was the same across the board. What their response is was determining where they went to next. But everybody had to have the same experience when they called. When I answered that phone or somebody else answered that phone, it needed to be the same experience. Mystery shopping is the same. You have mystery shopping at the level where you're spending or you're conducting an audit. You're just ascertaining the customer experience. Somebody just did a car shop. Somebody's been to a car wash. Somebody has done over the phone where they ask a series of questions to kind of see how this person is going to lead them down the customer journey. Fill out a report, hit submit, and then on to the next. Right? Now, what's the advantage of keeping the more of the money that they make when they bring in this extra income? Well, they know that when they reach a certain level of income, now they're going to start setting aside a certain amount for taxes. Okay. However, they're also, because they're working from home, they've now created the opportunity to claim additional deductions on their tax return. You can't claim all those deductions when you work a part-time job outside of the home. So I want the ladies who are in the chat to really take that in. I know you guys heard it before, but I want you to take that in. There are things that you can now tell your tax preparer, hey, a certain percentage of this expense, a certain percentage of this expense. These are supplies that I bought specifically for being able to do my work from home. You can't always do that with your part-time job. You have more limitations because you are a W-2 employee versus being a 1099 contractor. And that's your tax professional speaking. Okay, that's your tax professional speaking. So there are a lot of advantages, but here, let's also talk about our time. Our time. Right now, their goal, my goal for them as a community, is to get them started with rolling in the money. Okay. Rolling in the money. That's going to help pay off this bill and then this bill and then this bill. But those who, and there are quite a few, those who stay dedicated, those who really put strategy in place can actually, and I want you ladies to hear me when I say this, because we didn't talk about this at great length, but since you're here, I'm going to say it because I want to give you something else to strive for. This line of work can actually meet, then exceed the income that you're making on your job. If you do it the right way and keep it up, it can meet and exceed the money that you make on your job. And there are hundreds of women doing it right now. And so the whole thing that I wanted to do when I started not just talking about mystery shopping, but actually teaching people to do it the right way was to create that stream of income from home so that mom with a small child can go and log off her computer when she needs to and take that child to the doctor, right? She can, or she's got a pre-K or first grade or second grade. You know, that's when they have all these little things at the school and the assemblies and, come read in class. Those are things you can't get back. When you're at the job, you cannot always participate in those things. A coach of mine was saying the other day that he gets to go up to the school and have lunch with his son whenever he wants. He couldn't do that if he was at a job. Time being your most valuable commodity, this is another way to get back your time and make more decisions about what it is you want to do. So that's another definition of living life on your own terms. And that's what we do in the gym, right? We are here to help you get financially fit so that you can live life on your own terms. And everybody in there, their terms are different. You've got some who are moms, some who are not, employees, some who are not. You got people who are younger, some who are more seasoned, some who are currently working, some who are not. It's a whole variety in there. But the mystery shop aspect has brought them together because of one thing. They all want to live life on their own terms, whatever those terms are. And I am excited about being a part of that. See, this is my first group of this size. Not my first group of this size at the beginning, right? I just opened this group up. I just did this webinar um, as an affiliate for someone, and they showed up and showed out. So I'm learning a lot about them and their needs. And so they're getting a whole lot. They're getting a whole lot, y'all, a whole lot. Okay, a whole lot. But I'm excited about their results. I am very excited about their results. So when we continue on talking about keeping more of the money you make, I want to ensure that you have a walk away from tonight's conversation with a full understanding of being able to prepare your mindset. Okay. A lot of things that I have asked them goes back to, where were you 6 months ago? Some of them were dealing with the same issues. And as much as they have the desire to want to do better, the know-how wasn't there. And it's okay. We all got to learn something from somebody, you know. So that's not the issue. But then we go, no, I'm not playing. I'm not playing. I'm not playing. Then we go back, where were you 12 months ago? Where were you 2 years ago? Now I'm gonna do this and then I'm gonna keep Nikki out the conversation for now. Where were you pre-pandemic? See, a lot of people say, oh, the pandemic, this, the pandemic, that, the pandemic, this, the pandemic, that. And yes, the pandemic did wreak a lot of havoc. But some of your issues was before the pandemic. So don't blame the pandemic for that. Don't do that. You can't blame the pandemic for everything that's not right in your life. Okay? Some, but not everything. And so if these issues have been going on before the pandemic, during the pandemic, now we are quote unquote post pandemic. Okay, but don't worry, we might be post pandemic, but COVID ain't gone. Let's be clear on that. We might be post pandemic, but COVID ain't gone. Is she still hanging around? And so I was like, hey, y'all, hey, trust me, I know. Okay. Um, so now in 2024, are we going to still have pre-pandemic issues? These ladies, gas high. Unless you know how to go up to the pump and say, boom, and your gas tank fill up. Okay. So we actually have to have, we're doing more with less. We're doing more with less. And that's because everything is so much more expensive. The same loaf of bread that I buy now, that's like almost that's well over $4 a loaf. I remember when it was 99 cents. Don't ask me how old I am. That ain't none of your business. Not nan. But I remember when it was 99 cents. Trust and believe. All right. Um, Gas at the price that it is now, baby. I remember $1.89 gas. Somebody said, I don't want to party like it's 1999. I want to shop like it's 1999. Back then, gas prices, you wasn't paying $2 barely. It was at 1.99 and 9 cents. That's the only reason it was $2. Okay. So we have to be more creative. And these ladies are now realizing that they need a new relationship with their money. Ma'am, okay? So they are now having shifts, mindset shifts. And to me, that is as equally important as the money aspect. But when we can start to put time back in our lives and time in with our families and our loved ones and our self-love, that's as equally important, if not more, as a dollar, as a monetary value. You know why? Because if our health is not in order, money doesn't matter. You can't spend it, you can't do nothing with it when your health is not in order, or when your health is declining or has declined so badly that you're bedridden. I mean, if the money could pay for you to have a nurse, but what does that do for you inside? So we have to shift our mindset to be positioned so that we can have better for our lives. Again, living life on our own terms. And I am ecstatic about being able to be that catalyst for hundreds of women. Like I've done the part of helping over 200 women become homeowners. I got that part under my belt. Ain't nobody take that away from me. I got that part under my belt. Now I'm working on a new process of helping many hundreds, multiple hundreds and hundreds to the thousands of women begin to start re-evaluating their mindset and shifting how they deal with money so that they can live life on their own terms, right? So that they can say, hey, Nicole, you want to meet me in Bali this weekend for a few days? Yeah, girl. And I ain't got to stop. They don't have to stop and say, oh, child, it ain't enough time because I ain't got enough money in the account to pay for that. No, boo, we going to Bali. My passport stay ready. My travel bag stay at the door. When I come in and drop a travel bag, I can go right back to turn around and pick up the other one and go right back out. I clean that one when I get back. Life on my own terms. A friend of mine called me. She was planning to do her 50th in Israel in a couple of weeks, but as of course, with everything that's going on, the trip was canceled. At the very last minute, she called. I think she texted me on a Tuesday and said, "Hey, the trip got canceled, but I'm going to Rome Saturday." Okay, then. She said, "Yeah, I'm taking a solo trip to Rome on Saturday because I'm not gonna let my 50th pass and I didn't do an international trip." I was not mad at her at all. Life on her own terms. So I sent her a message, hey, I'm just checking on you, make sure you arrived well, having a good time. And she called me up. I said, okay, have a good, I'll see you when you get back. Keep checking in, let somebody know you're safe, but enjoy yourself. And she said, I'll be traveling more often on my own. She said, I've never had this much fun on a trip. There you go. Life on her own terms. When I say I want to be able to pay for my son's education, my grandson's education, life on my own terms. When I want to do X, Y, and or Z, I shouldn't have to pick whether I do one, two, or three. Why I can't do them all. Life on my own terms. So not only are we working on the mindset piece, we're working on the bringing in the more income. We're working on taking that income to clear out debt. And now we're moving towards a level of financial freedom that we are the only ones that can define. And we can define it on our own terms. Again, the past couple of weeks, actually in the preparation and leading up to this, it was like, okay, where do I take them? What do I show them? What do I give them? Because I can over deliver like crazy. So and they don't know. Don't tell them. Don't tell them. Okay, don't tell them. Shh. It's still another opportunity coming. I ain't even told them yet. Right? I ain't even told them yet. They all excited about what they got. They all excited about what they know. I got another one for them. Because I can over deliver. I can over deliver. Right? So what's gonna happen? Don't tell them. It's a secret. It's a secret. Okay. Shh. You heard it first. Shh. They don't even know. Shh. So when I get off this live, finish teaching, I'm gonna go over into the community group and I'm gonna share something else with them. Shh. Don't tell them. No, no. They don't even know. They don't even know. So the goal, okay, so back to our regularly scheduled part of the program. Um, but again, I do know that I can over deliver and it can be overwhelming for them. But if they say I'm overwhelmed, then I get in there with them to help them get some perspective. See, I give it, not only do I give it, not only do I lead them to it, I'm gonna throw them in when they get there. I'm gonna throw them in, but then I'm gonna make sure they have everything that they need to succeed. They know that. They know that. Some of them been around me for years. Some of them has just finally taken the lead. I'm looking at these little emojis that they putting in here, man. They are hilarious. Y'all are funny. So I said when I finish this session tonight, I'm gonna go over into our community group. I can tell you now, some of them already logged into their computer because right now they watching me on YouTube on their phone. They done went to their computer like, I'm waiting for her. She better hurry up and come on in here. I know these old hostages, the hostage takeovers. I already know them. I already know what they finna do. So tonight is the last day of that I will take any members into the boot camp. If you are catching this on Monday night, November 13th, before midnight tonight, you can still enroll into the boot camp because I don't want anybody left behind. I don't want anybody left behind. So we're going to take these next. They've originally had 30 days, so we gonna rock out. We gonna rock out. Just come on over in the room. I'm not playing with you, Miss Barbara. Miss Barbara is a mess. So if you want to come and join us, here's the link. Here's the link. Come on over there because tonight is the last night until boot camp is offered again, which may be in December, or it may, if it's not the first week in December, it won't be offered again until February. It won't be offered again until February. And the reason is in January, we are focused on the vision board events that's happening live here in Dallas, or you can attend virtually. You can also attend virtually as I have launched my very own book which is called Rebellious Riches. And I'm typing that in the chat as well. You can join us by clicking on the link, purchasing the book. Well, not purchasing. The book is free. You just pay shipping. The book is free. You just pay shipping. But there's an opportunity to join us to come to the live event here in Dallas, where we're going to have a full vision board workshop. In that workshop, I'm going to spend 2 hours with you building out your own personal vision board, but it's portable. And to me, the portable vision board is more effective because sometimes we get away from our goals because we're not at home. But if you got that vision board there as a reminder of what your goals are, you're more likely to stick to them. So I'm looking forward to having the people come here into Dallas, spend some time with me. We're having a meet and greet on Friday night. We're having the vision boarding event on Saturday. They're trying to talk me into a bar crawl on Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening, which ain't really too hard because it started right across the street. It started right across the street. So we're going to unwind and relax and have a good time. The VIPs are coming on, will be here. They'll start arriving on Thursday. They'll be here for the meet and greet on Friday. They'll be present at the vision board event on Saturday, and then the bar crawl Saturday night. And then on Sunday, the VIPs are tasked with going to the escape room for some team building. So I am looking forward to the whole event. It's going to be January 12th. The event is on the 13th. They'll be here through the 14th, and everybody get to go home on Monday the 15th. Yay! So if you're local to Dallas and you want to hang out with us, make sure you get your free copy of the book. You just pay shipping, and then follow the pages that'll give you the information about the vision board and the event. And the vision board event not only comes with the portable vision board, it also includes my 30-day budgeting journal to developing a new relationship with your money, as well as the 30-day motivational journey to keep you on track. Because I clearly understand that when you're dealing with money, sometimes you got to look at things that don't always look that good. And you need a little motivation along the way. And I'm here for it. I'm here for it. All of it. So thank you guys so much for joining us here on Keep More of the Money That You Make, where we've talked about open enrollment. Take advantage of it through your employer. Get all the pre-tax options that are available. Be sure to contact the interested insurance companies and tell them what your expenses are and ask them, hey, what's a better plan for next year? Is it the basic option? Is it the standard option? And then call another company and do the same. If you anticipate having some procedures, let them know what you're having so they can give you an idea of what your out-of-pocket expenses will be. Okay. And you also have the opportunity tonight, the last night, to join the Mystery Shop Your Way to More Income Boot Camp. It's a 30-day boot camp where you're going to be positioned to make 1K in 30 days. And you don't even need a part-time job to do it. All right. And last but not least, I finally released my very first book, Rebellious Riches. It is a very personal story that's involved in here, but it's also a lot of activities for you to do as you go on your journey to start breaking the chains of financial dependency. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and head on over to, I'm going to try to grab a drink or something. They might let me get a bite to eat in a corner of a piece of food and then get on over in here and spend a little time with them. They shall not hold me hostage tonight. I promise they shall not. I'm not participating tonight. I'm just letting y'all know I'm not participating tonight. I will call the 9 and the 1 and the 1. Okay, don't mess with me tonight. But I'm going to go over there and share another opportunity with them that they have no idea about. But again, it's always about making more money, bringing more money into the home so that our ends are no longer waving at each other from across the street. we're now having some the ends meet and then creating a surplus into our families, finding more ways to keep more of the money that we make. And I am the Nicole Johnson, founder of Girl Your Money Matters, which is affectionately known as the gym, where we have all sorts of exercises to help you get financially fit so you can start living life on your very own terms. I'll see you back here on Thursday night at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Bye, y'all.